The standard that I will try to unpack today is from Common Core curriculum, English language art, literacy for grade 3 students. Previously, I used PYP standards and national standards in my teaching and learning so far. I am not familiar with Common Core standards. Because I come across to them more and more professionally, I would like to make myself familiar with the Common Core curriculum and standards. I have chosen this particular standard because it is important elementary students to learn parts of the speech and the role and function of nouns, pronouns, adjectives, and verbs in speaking and writing. At the end of this unit, I want my students to be able to explain the function of nouns, pronouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs in general. And I also want them to be able to explain their functions in sentences. And also, they will be able to practice using nouns, pronouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs in sentences. At the end of this unit, there are three big main ideas that I want my students to understand. First one is from the framework for 21st century skills. I want my students to understand that articulating thoughts and ideas effectively using oral, written, and nonverbal communication skills in a variety of forms and contexts helps us to communicate effectively. So I want my students to understand that by using verbs, pronouns, adjectives, adverbs, and verbs, effectively, it will help them to communicate better. But during this unit, I will not be teaching nonverbal communication skills. The second big understanding is English language has standard practices and expectations. And the third one is nouns, pronouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs help ensure that our spoken and written utterances are organized and understood. The goal of this activity will be to help students to get familiar with the function of nouns, pronouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. There will be homogeneous groups for the activity one. ELL students will be in the same group with others. Students with special needs will receive support from the teacher according to their needs. Formative assessment for this activity will be student presentations and explanation of the parts of the speech. And also, they will answer specific questions that teacher will ask them related to their postures. So there will be students at different levels in my classroom for sure. And in order to help them to learn further or to learn the content effectively, the activities will be differentiated. High achievers are going to play more complicated online games about the function and how they can use them in sentences. And my plan is to group middle and low achievers so they can more with the flashcards, or they can play more simple online games.